The referee is Mr. Tariq Khan.
Very similar body types here. Same height, same reach, pretty much.
Listen to my instructions at all times. When I say stop, you stop. Fight hard, fight clean, touch gloves, step back.
Okay, we are ready for our second fight of LFL14. Hircin in the black trunks.
Judge, you ready?
And Molenaar
Judge, you ready?
Judge. In the full orange.
Fighter, you ready?
There's that polka dot logo in the middle of the cage. Watch for that throughout the night. The max bonus.
Molenaar loves to bounce like this. Very light on his feet.
This is an old school martial arts kind of vibe. Is rhythm your way in.
Oh, the swings immediately.
Hircin connected with a big shot there, but Molenaar survives.
Molenaar did his, response to the scenario was put the man against the cage and flatten him out, spread his chest, spread his shoulders. So that's not going to happen again for a little bit. Hey, why not put him on his back and see what you can do?
A good decision making there.
And this is a big test for Hircin as well, having more of a kickboxing background and Molenaar being more comfortable with grappling. This is an opportunity to show from Hircin what he's learned.
Hircin had a little moment of separation there, but Molenaar stayed locked right in.
The timing was good there from Hircin, but wasn't able to move away. Good job again. Look at that. Good footwork.
So he chose, rather than to separate, to actually put Molenaar's back against it. Both his arms are underneath now, Hircin.
Pretty sure training under Kasima Ruz, this is what they do all the time though. And a beautiful judo by Molenaar.
So the double overhooks on it now.
Mount. And there's 3.5 minutes of this round. This is a lot of time to work for Molenaar.
Yeah, good. Pointing out the time is important because Molenaar's priority is don't lose the position. When you got 3 minutes, you can elbow his face in or get him to give you his back in 2 minutes. Just don't lose the position.
Let's see what Hircin's got defensively here against this full mount.
It was interesting that Hircin had double underhooks against the cage. You had the feeling Molenaar was letting him have it, and he was, to get the two overhook throw.
Molenaar looking for elbows there, just trying to move Hircin's hands out of the way, but then... Oh, it's straight to side
control. Go to side control.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean,
what if he's got planned here? Whether he's going to try and shoot himself to an armbar? Or?
It's kind of like the same thing you were just talking about, Robin. Like he's got a couple of moves he really loves. The judo throw he just went through to, and now going to side control.
And maybe a crucifix, right? Like maybe trapping that right arm. But also, there are times where you just feel, oh, wait, I'm way better than this guy in this position. Let me explore a little bit, see what else there is for me here. I got a feeling, well, yeah, scarf now. Yeah, he's going to trap that arm. And you can submit him with using your feet. Yeah.
There he goes. Interesting. Yeah. You don't see this a lot.
Oh, no, but he does. He does this a lot, right?
There's probably that Japanese jiu-jitsu background coming in.
Which is actually a very sort of a blended style of martial arts, what they call Japanese jiu-jitsu.
So what he wants to do is keep Hircin with his back flat on the mat, and then he wants to put his shoulder on top of the chest of Hircin, put a lot of pressure there so that he controls and blocks the breathing of Hircin.
Advance your position.
He's trying to gift wrap him here. Yeah, he's going to try to control. You can Kimura with one hand from this position. You can use your foot, your leg.
Yep.
There's a lot of things he can do here.
You can go to an arm lock here.
He can also get swept, but he's put himself against the cage, so he's not going to get swept and reversed. Now, look at this position. This is intentional, too.
What do you call this, Robin?
Well, if you describe it, he's switched his hips through, so his right hip is actually riding now, and his right leg is extending to open the other, as his left... He knows what he's doing. So, twister. It's a reverse kind of front body twister. But this isn't
creative, Robin.
It could be improvised, but it sure doesn't look like it. It looks like this is something he does all the time. And
then beautiful back into side, but
almost Hircin is able to sneak out the back door there.
But he put him against the cage to minimize that likelihood, right? Even the position of this is something he's played with before.
Oh, and some big shots coming from Hircin there.
Good choices. I mean, when there's a face, punch it. You know, like it's simple, but it's true. If you have a weapon free and there's a target available, and you're not going to get into a worse position. Even this, like the giving up his back.
I was using
Lovely by Hircin.
He gave up his back sort of on purpose, but not. He didn't intend it to be.
Big shots from Hircin there.
You don't see those coming. Those hurt.
Molenaar's corner letting him know the time.
Controlling the wrists.
He's got a little too greedy with the cool movements, and that's how he got his back taken. He was intending to give it up a bit, but not so fully.
So when someone's controlling your back here, one of the most, maybe the most important thing is to control the wrists.
There's a head kick if Hircin just slides himself out a little bit.
The balance there by Molenaar.
The end of the first round.
Very interesting first round there, gentlemen. Some moves I don't think I've ever seen in MMA cage before.
I'd go as far as saying a weird first round, and I mean that in the best, as a huge compliment that it is.
We like weird rounds.
Yes, we do.
And that was on here's the beginning where they came out swanging and banging, and it looked like Molenaar got clipped a little bit there.
For sure.
There's the double overhooks on purpose. He gave up the underhook so that he could work that throw. And then here he was giving up all types of positions, but it was intentional. It didn't work out. Doesn't mean you throw it in the toilet and don't do it anymore, because weird is good in fighting when unpredictable is good, but it failed him here.
Hircin is able to generate a lot of power.
Yeah.
Seconds out.
But not a lot of space.
For the second round.
Of the two of them, you would look and go, Molenaar's the guy who's got the grown-up strength, the man strength, but that's not entirely true. Hircin's got that elastic power.
And that's it. Hircin, path to success now, staying on his feet, trying to dictate the center of the ring.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to move forward. You can move away. You can move laterally. You can move backwards.
That bouncy move again that we saw in the beginning of the first round.
He now knows that he doesn't really want to swing with Hircin.
To an uninitiated, you would look at Molenaar, and he's like Stefan said, he's light on his feet. Hircin is not light on his feet, but that's just flew up just above the hairline.
Some nice shots from Hircin there.
Right hand there by Hircin.
Hircin being a little more connected to the ground is actually part of where he harvests that energy from.
Nice jab.
I like it.
And Hircin dug Molenaar with 2 leg kicks at the beginning of that round as well. It'll be interesting to see if he goes back to that.
And when someone's bouncing on his legs like that, it's difficult to block low kicks.
Yeah, the bounce gives him more mobility, but the connection to the ground gives Hircin more energy. He can hit harder.
And this is exactly where Molenaar had success in the first round and where Hircin probably wanted to avoid this clinch up against the fence.
Remember last time Molenaar gave up the underneath. He allowed inside control to go to Hircin, but he used that to create the throw. This time he's working something different.
I always used to do the same thing, to give up an underhook and those go Fuchimatas.
Oh, he's just going to squash him. Yeah, just
get him off balance. Great job there by Molenaar.
And then bend the spine a little bit. And it doesn't have to be large movements to make somebody go down. The human body is a weird thing if you can just manipulate it properly. And one of those things is where the spine meets the pelvic girdle. You put pressure on there, you can take a guy down.
Just looking to land some elbows there.
And again, Molenaar has 3 solid minutes to work from this position. Obviously didn't go into mount as easy as he did in the first round, but
the left instep of Hircin is in, but he's squashed. His hips are squashed. There, now he's got a little more gap, but so does Molenaar.
Molenaar keeps the pressure on him.
The rules of what is and is not a downed opponent will change next month.
Oh, some big shots from Molenaar there. A couple of those connected.
Up kicks.
Dangerous to sit up to the fence like Hircin did there.
Nice into side control from Molenaar.
And remember, that looked to be his favorite, one of his favorite positions, so much so that he chose it, and the scarf again, which is you turn your other hip towards the armpit. And he chose this position even when he had a mount, so we know he likes it and likes to work from it.
And he's right by his corner as well, so they could be feeding him some solid information here as well. Okay, looks like he's trying to isolate Hircin's right arm.
Okay, let's work again. Last warning, I'll stand you up.
From this position.
You can also, when you have the ability to pass really quickly, you can start to trap a head and arm on the far side. This is the kind of guy who does stuff like that.
Hircin struggles to get off his back. He doesn't really know how to get to his knees and get back up to his feet. He chooses to go back to full guard instead of trying to get back up.
In the process of going from being a kickboxer to an MMA fighter, often fighters pass through this period where they like fighting on the ground, and they train it, but they don't train the nuances of getting back up yet.
He's looking for an arm lock here, but Molenaar recognizes it.
Don't grab the glove, Blue.
Just over a minute left of this second of 3 rounds. Molenaar dominating the grappling exchanges, but a few nice little cute shots from Hircin, but this is definitely Molenaar's fight right now.
What Stefan was talking about, him sort of not having the options of getting back to his feet. That starts, how do you stand up? It starts with your feet on the ground. One of them at least, right? And look where his feet are. Closed into a closed guard.
It's impossible to get back up now.
One cannot stand up with their feet in the air.
Right? Interesting, the referee has stood both fighters up. Didn't think there was enough action.
If Molenaar had passed any better position than that, then they wouldn't have stood him up.
Oh, beautiful 1-2 by Hircin there.
I like Hircin. He's good vibes all around, you know.
Oh, spinning back fist.
You watch it.
Another right hand. Second fight, second round. Right hand knockout from Hircin.
This kid has got some serious power.
Unbelievable. It looked like Molenaar was grinding this fight out. The pair of them get stood up, and Hircin unloads an absolute bomb.
He just throws punches so beautifully, because to land with that type of intensity, it's the process of the body is tension, relaxation, tension again. And when you see the replay, he'll look relaxed. The arm looks relaxed. And that's, you know, old school Chuck Liddell style, power in the hips. Watch the punch. Look how relaxed. It's a whip. Think.
Oh, man.
Oof, that one was unnecessary. It's more of a whip. It's like throwing a fastball. Feet to the hips, to the core, picking out the knuckles of the balled fist.
It started with a beautiful 1-2, then the spinning back fist, and then the beautiful right
also,
on the button. His
positioning. If you do get 1 or 2 more looks at it, look at where his feet go. As Molenaar is moving to Molenaar's right, Hircin moves his feet to the left to cut him off so beautifully. This young kid can hit.
You can see he's got some serious kickboxing background there. He generated a lot of force. Question about whether the referee should have stood them up, but referee does what a referee does.
Hircin made the most of that.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
More fighters to the center of the ring, please. Well, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, a big applause for both fighters, Can Hircin and Tom Molenaar. The winner of this fight, after 4 minutes and 38 seconds in the second round by knockout, is the man in the blue corner, Can